Now, with South Africa's busiest trading period now officially in full swing, businesses face a very critical opportunity and perhaps an even bigger challenge as well. And what is that? Managing cash safely and efficiently. Despite the rise of digital payments, cash does remain the backbone of commerce, especially in township and informal market economies, where over 59% of transactions are still cash based. This is according to the data from the bank's small medium enterprises, that's the SME clients from Standard Bank. Now, effective cash management, especially during busy periods such as the festive season, is more than operational. It's a strategic advantage. For more on this, we joined on the line by Dwain, Head of Cash and Distribution at Business and Commercial Banking, Standard Bank, South Africa. A very good afternoon to you. Good to have you with us. And dare I say, happy festive season.
Tommy, thank you very much for having me here today. A happy festive season to you as well, and hello to all the listeners.
So, why is it that cash remains such a critical part of some businesses in South Africa, especially in the wake of, the digital economy, online banking, and really so many solutions for digital payments?
Tommy, great question. I think from our perspective, cash still remains a crucial part of South African businesses. For a complex needs and fundamental financial reasons, the dominance in the informal economy is still largely cash-based, as mentioned. And because we still have a massive informal sector where cash is still king, we understand that cash provides a level of financial inclusion to the informal economy, and cash is still the only universal payment method still available today. Despite the challenges, from a cash perspective and recognizing digital growth in this economy, we still are still faced, with the preference of cash for convenience, simplicity, and a greater sense of control over business spending.
Hmm.
There are a lot of, there are a lot of, industry initiatives like PayShap, etc., that will release some of this pressure on these lines. But largely, we recognize the importance of cash. Thank you.
And so, how can effective cash management become a strategic advantage for businesses, especially during this peak trading period?
So it still remains a core part of how customers still transact in this particular environment. So how we actually manage the cash, reduce the exposure, and look at options of getting cash into the system as quickly as possible. So we're talking about effective cash management during the crucial peak seasons. The cash management solutions that is offered widely in the industry facilitates and helps with this automation, reconciliation, and also take the focus to where it needs to be. Tommy, as they say, time is money, and the more time you have, the more money you can make. And business owners and managers needs to invest time in doing business in an affordable way. Also looking at innovative platforms, which I know from a Standard Bank perspective we advocate for. The operational side is ultimately on the cash flow liquidity.
There is also the issue, Dwayne, of safety when you're handling cash. Could we talk about how businesses can limit on-site cash and reduce exposure to crime? And also on the back of that, if you could explain how yourselves as Standard Bank and your secure cash in transit services are helping businesses to safeguard their revenue.
Honestly, Tommy, I think given the criticality of cash and also limiting the amount of cash being held on site and reducing the criminal exposure is a critical piece, especially this time of the year as well. So there are practical steps that businesses can take in implementing some of these mitigating factors and reducing this risk exposure. So implementing cash management technologies such as smart safes is always the quick and the easiest way of implementing safety precautions on site. We're also looking at, how do you actually eliminate predictable routines from a banking perspective, criminals often surveil businesses, routines, and daily patterns in order to establish commonality on those. Optimizing cash holdings is ultimately what needs to be driven from a business perspective, and leveraging, digital payments platforms is also part and parcel of that. But having your regular engagements to the branch, to the ATMs, and also implementing these cash management technologies is ultimately the quickest and most effective way of dealing with the crime exposure.
And we'll have to leave it at that for this afternoon. Mr. Dwain Breedt, thank you so much for highlighting such a critical issue that's very close to home for everybody this festive season, both for consumers, for shoppers, as well as businesses. That's Mr. Dwain Breedt, Head of Cash and Distribution at Business and Commercial Banking, Standard Bank,
Thank you so much.
South Africa. Thank
Appreciate
you,
it.
sir.